everybody. What we're going to be doing today is we are going to be talking about symmetry. So we've talked about symmetry before, but symmetry is basically where you can cut something in half or divide it in half and it is the same on both sides. It is a mirror image. So there's multiple types of symmetry. So for instance, this little face thing I drew is symmetrical, right? Because there's an eye over here, there's an eye over here. There's half a nose over here, half a nose over here. So it's basically the same on both sides. That means it's symmetrical on one line of symmetry. Wherever you cut your thing in half, that is a line of symmetry. So my face, if I put a line, invisible line right through the middle, I'm symmetrical. Because on this side, what do I have on the other side? Another eye. Okay, I have two nostrils, right? So I'll have one over here and one over here if my line of symmetry is right in the middle. But my face only has one line of symmetry because I can only cut it in half this way and it be the same. I cannot cut it in half this way because I don't have eyes on my chin, right? And I don't have a mouth on my forehead. So I only have one line of symmetry right here, and so does my little robot face. But radial symmetry, and this is another kind of symmetry. Radial symmetry has symmetry that goes in multiple directions. So the symmetry is based around the center. So I can cut this little sun shape that I made in different directions, any which way, just like a pizza pie. I can cut it all up and it will be the same. Okay, so you guys can see this smaller one right here. Okay, I can cut it in either direction and it is going to be the same on all sides. That is something that has radial symmetry. Okay, no matter which way I cut it, it's going to be the same. So that has multiple lines of symmetry. So the art project that we're going to be doing today, we're going to be using symmetry as well as a technique that's called printmaking. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a black crayon, and you're also going to need a piece of unlined paper if you have it. If you just have lined paper, that's okay too. We are going to be making something that has radial symmetry. So it's going to have symmetry that goes all the way around. It doesn't matter which way we cut it, it will have symmetry. So this is an example of something that maybe is going to look like something that you make creating today. The first step is, as you can see, this paper is square. Most of the papers that you guys have at home are not going to be square, they're going to be a rectangle. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it. And you're not going to fold it all the way in half. I want you to fold it to where it almost looks like a square. So I have my paper folded and I have this little extra piece right here that's going to end up getting cut off. And that looks about even to me. So I'm going to fold it right here. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut off this extra paper. So now you already have your first fold. So I folded it in half one way. Now I'm going to fold it again this way. So I'm going to fold it up and I'm going to try to match my edges, okay, and press. So now when I unfold it, you should have 4 boxes. We are gonna do a trick that's called printmaking. Usually printmaking is done with paint, where you ink a carving and then you press the ink onto paper over and over again, or press the paint onto it, and it's basically like a stamp. So that's what we're gonna be doing, except with a crayon. So you're gonna create a design in one box, okay? I would suggest doing it in your top right box. You're gonna create a design in here. Any sort of design, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you're staying within the box. Don't touch these other boxes right here. Stay inside this box. Again, it does not matter what your design is. You're just gonna get creative and make any sort of design you want. I'm putting some different types of organic shapes in here just because I kind of like the way organic shapes look with this project. Okay, so now that I finished my design here, I just put some random shapes, and make sure when you're creating your design, you're pressing really hard. Like my fingers are a little kind of sore because of how hard I pressed. Now that you finished your design, you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it in half just once. Just fold it in half. Then what you're going to do is you are going to take anything that is flat and hard. So you could take a piece of cardboard like this, or you could use a popsicle stick, you could use a ruler, you can use whatever you have, and you are going to rub it really hard. So you're going to hold it with one hand and you're going to rub it with the other. So you're going to rub it nice and hard. Press, press, press. Okay, and now what you're gonna have is you're going to have a light print of exactly what that is. So I don't know if you guys can see it on the video or not, but there is a light kind of tracing of exactly what I did, a mirror image. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my black crayon and I'm going to trace over exactly what I see right here. And again, make sure you're going really hard with your tracing. Right, now that you've traced both sides, you're gonna do your printing one more time, except you're gonna do a big one. So you're gonna flip it in half this way. And then you're gonna do it again. You're gonna rub, rub, rub as hard as you can until it's lightly printed on the bottom side and you can trace it. And then when you open it up, after you trace back over it, you will have a radial design. It will be the same on all four sides. You'll be able to very lightly see the design. And now you're just going to trace back over it again. So now I have outlined the rest of my squares. I outlined them all with the black. Even if a few things are a little bit off, it is okay because you're gonna have so many designs. It's gonna be hard to find those little mistakes that you might have made where you couldn't really see exactly what the shape looked like and whatnot. Now, the trick to coloring it, to keep that radial design and to make it almost look like a ceramic tile, you're going to color the same repeating designs the same color. For instance, this design right here repeated twice in all of my boxes, so I'm gonna color all of these that show up the same color. Same thing with this little design right here. It's this color in my first box, so I'm going to make it that color in all my other boxes. It will help to keep with that radial symmetry and help to make it look nice and pretty. And I hope you guys have so much fun with this. I can't wait to see the pictures you send me.